Hello. Let's see homework 2. The main idea of homework 2 is about data that's available in files, and we need to be able to read data, manipulate, add, remove, update data back and forth from and to the files. The topic is players and teams. Uh, you will be able to add players, update their statistics, modify their data. Also, you'll be able to add teams and make players join teams. Let's see the first example here. This is the first time I run the project. I think no files available. So no files at all. Your program should run and it should take care of any exceptions. It should not break down. So here they tell me about player ID. Player ID must be unique. Whenever you enter player ID, there should be no duplicates. Player name, let's say Leo Messi, and a number of goals, red cards, and yellow cards. Now they need the team ID. This is the first time I run my project, and there is actually no team. I should have added teams before, but it can also work without adding team before. It will work if the team ID only is 0. So if the player has no team, you can enter 0 and it should work. Only 0 is accepted if there is no team. Otherwise, any other value, there should be a team ID with that value. So I added one player. At this moment, a file is created and player data is available there. Let me show you the contents of the file now. Here we see Leo Messi. 11 is the ID name, number of goals, yellow cards, red cards, and team ID. Let me close this and go back to the run. If you use method number 5 or option number 5, which is display contents of all players, you see here we have players and we have for Messi all the same data we entered, but here no team. So if there is 0, you should output no team. So let's add a team now. I'll select option number 4 and team ID, any ID, but again must be unique, 11. Team name is FC Barcelona. That's it. So I have a team now. I can add another team. Let me take number 4. Enter team ID, for example, 15. If you try to enter 11, they tell you team ID already exists, okay? And they bring you back to the main menu. So now I'll go ahead and enter a team again. I'll give 15 as a new team. So here I'll say Real Madrid. So now I have 2 teams. I can add another team for ID 17 and let me say Liverpool. Okay, now let's go back to add players. Option 1 is add player. Enter player ID. It should be a unique ID. I give one ID, enter player name. Let me say Diego Maradona and number of goals and number of yellow cards, number of red cards, at least 10. Now enter team ID. It should be one of the available IDs, as I said before, or it can be 0. I'll make it 0 now. I'll go now to all options, which is display all players, option number 5. As you see here, we have Maradona and Messi, and both have no team. At the same time, there was a file created for teams. Let me show you the teams file. Here is the teams file. A very simple file. ID and name, ID and name. And the player files again, it's ID, name, number of goals, yellow cards, red cards, and team. Now let us review the teams. I have 11, 15, and 17. So let me show you now adding new player. I'll select option number 1. Here, player ID, I'll give a unique player name, 33. Let me say Rivaldo is the player name. And this is the number of goals, yellow cards, and red cards. Now, team ID, I'll give him 11 because FC Barcelona is 11. So Rivaldo has a team now. And let me use option number 5, which is display all players. As you see here, Rivaldo, which is the last one, has a team which is FC Barcelona. In the player's file, you don't have the team name, you have only the team ID. So you need to find your way how to get the name from the file. When you show this data, you don't show the team ID, show the team name. If the team ID is 0, then the player has no name. And we have a method to show players without team, which is method number or option number 6. Let me show you this option number 6. As you see here in the output, we have 2 players without team. Let's now update players data. We'll go to number 2 for Lionel Messi. ID is 11. If you input a wrong ID, the system will not respond here. See, now I'm entering 1000, which is not a right ID. Then I get player not found, and I am sent back to the main menu. So I'll use the same option again, but 11 is Leo Messi. Now they ask you about 4 options: add goal, add yellow card, red card, or change team. So let's say for Leo Messi, we will change team. Enter team ID. It should be one of the existing team IDs existing in the file. So I'll choose 11, which is Barcelona. I'll use option 5 again to show all players, and see now we have uh, Messi and Rivaldo with a team. Let us update Maradona. Maradona will do other things, not only update team. Number 2 here, update player. Player ID is 190 Maradona. We will add a goal, one option. See now Maradona has 120 goals. You will see that the number has been updated. One more time, update. Player ID is 190, Maradona. Add a yellow card. Let's see how many yellow cards here with Maradona. Currently, we see only 13 yellow cards. So I'll select option number 2. Now I'll go to option number 5, which is show all players. And as we see, Maradona, one more goal added and one more yellow card added. Now let's ask Maradona to join one team here. And I'll take option number 2 to update. Player ID is 190, and option 4 to change the team. Team ID, I'll select 15. I think I have a team ID 15, maybe Real Madrid. Let me show all the players again. And as you see here, Maradona now has joined Real Madrid. So now, one more method, show statistics. Let's see, show statistics here. Number 3, see all the data here are actually calculated from the files. Total goals for all players, average number of goals, total yellow cards, total red cards, who is the highest scorer, name and number of goals, who is the highest yellow cards, and who is the highest red cards. You need to save this data also to a text file. The text file name is statistics.txt. Of course, if the data is updated, every time you run each option, you need to again update and read the data from both files, the players file, players.txt, and the teams file, teams.txt. Let's see, let's add a new player now. I'll go to option 1, player ID is 87, name is Steve Jobs, and number of goals, number of yellow cards, number of red cards, team is 15. And I'll use option number 5 here. I see 4 players. Steve Jobs is the last one. Now let's see how to delete a player. I'll delete Steve Jobs, and option number 7 is to delete a player. Now we need the player ID to delete. Of course, the player ID must be an existing ID. So if you enter any number, like now, so they give you player ID does not exist, and they come back to the main menu. So again, I go to the main option, number 7, delete a player, and player ID is 87, which is Steve Jobs, and here player ID has been deleted successfully. Of course, player will be deleted from the list and deleted from the file. I can show you here the text file, players. We don't see Steve Jobs in the file. I'll close this and go back here. Let us now show you delete a team. Delete a team will delete not only the team, but all the players associated also with the team. Let us show all the players now. I have 3 players. Let me add one more player. Player ID is 99, and player name is Bill Gates. and Bill Gates scores 11 goal, 1 yellow card, 1 red card, and team is 15. So one more time, 5. So I have 2 players in Real Madrid. If I delete the team Real Madrid, the team will be removed from the text file also, and all the players associated with that team in the players file should be deleted. So let's see this option, number 8. Enter the team ID to be deleted, 15. So team with ID 15 and its player has been deleted successfully. Let's make sure this is right. I use option 5. Option 5, I don't see any player from Real Madrid, and I don't see Real Madrid also in the text file. Let me show you this. Teams, no Real Madrid, and players, no players from Real Madrid. So if you delete a team, all the players from that team also should be removed. That's it. And option 9 is exit. I will run this again. So here I'm running the same thing again. And just a quick reminder, 1, add player, 2, update player. We did all of these things, add team, display all players, show players without teams. We did this before. Player without a team, remember, team ID is going to be 0. This is the only exception. Delete a player and delete a team, already done. You need to do this using files, lists, functions. You cannot use dictionaries and sets in this homework. You will be having other assignments, lab projects, lab exams where you can use dictionaries and sets. Reading the file, first, update data in the list. Every time you make a function or you execute one option, you need to make sure that all the files and lists are updated. This is how it usually works. Good luck.